All right, listen here. We could talk about importance of the Pope, our commander in chief, Governor Kim Reynolds. But one man is as valuable as them all. Next Thursday here at the Iowa State Fair, please welcome on today's guest, Mr. Brooks Reynolds. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome,
Good
Brooks.
morning,
Welcome,
y'all.
Brooks.
How y'all doing?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us, man. This is awesome. And I'm sure
Well,
you're
thanks
really
for having
busy
me.
leading up to the fair here in just a few days.
We are. We're getting ready here at JR SouthPork Ranch. We're just kind of tightening up some loose ends. Or actually, I got Baker Electric outside finishing up some electrical work at our enhanced main food lobster roll area. And yeah, it's countdown has begun. I think we're under 10 days and should be a great 11 days here at the Iowa State Fairgrounds.
I we were talking to Abby, like what we said for the Great Jones County Fair. She said something valuable that has helped her mental health leading up to the Great Jones County Fair every year is that she would not check the weather. Are you doing the same?
No, you can't. We are beholden to the weather. If it's bad weather, it's rainy or hot, people won't come. But we've been fortunate. The Like last year, we had three kind of crappy weather days. It was really hot, but people still came out. I think with what the grandstand has in store for us this year, we should have a great attendance. We're a couple thousand tickets away from breaking last year's record attendance at the grandstand, and that kind of dictates how we kind of staff our JR Southport Ranch. On Thursday night, Hardy's coming, and that's 14,000 plus people, and East Side Night on Friday. They'll Rod Stewart, if makes it to the fair by then, we'll have 11, 12,000 people, and uh, Red Clay Strays on Saturday should be bonkers. And then Laney Wilson, I believe, is going to set the all-time state fair
Yeah,
attendance
that's
record for the
big.
grandstand.
What a
And
hot
it's
ticket
great.
coming in.
Oh yeah. So
So,
I mean,
Brooks,
people are asking me, can you get tickets? Can you get tickets, Laney Wilson? I'm like, no,
correct me if I'm wrong. It says year 4 of JRs, and you guys are quickly emerging as probably maybe a top year 6.
you're six.
Six big ones.
Year 6 of JR
You're
Southport Ranch.
six.
You guys have just been on a sky rocket trajectory, one of the fastest growing, probably, you know, one of the vendors that people think of most now in just a short amount of time when they visit the Iowa State Fair. What have you learned in that 6 year period?
Oh, it takes a village to put on JR Southport Ranch. I mean, we have over 160 employees. So fortunate when this RFP became available in 2020 to partner with a company called Greek House Chefs, Corey and Carrie Hansen, Jason Schlepphorst, Frank and Darcy Hines, Heath Sheely, his wife Sarah, Jackie Schlepphorst, Chef Sarah Tuttle, and then just their crew. Anybody can serve beer. Beer is easy, but the food aspect is really the hard part of you know what we are, because we're kind of a beer hall, food vendor, concessionaire, and creating 3, 4,000 food items a day is, we want to serve good food fast. And that's the hard part. We did a pretty hefty remodel on this building, and it's been a labor of love. I mean, I could have retired, probably not done this, and rode off in the sunset and sit on a beach. But I love the fair. My family moved to Iowa. My mom's family moved to Iowa in 1851. As we talked about earlier, my dad's from Minnesota, but
Hmm.
my family probably started coming to the fair in the 1800s, and my great uncles had booths here after World War II. My mom's used to work it in the early 50s and would sell radios, and she didn't like to work the chicken booth. But to be a vendor here at the Iowa State Fair, not many people get that opportunity, and we try to take these 11 days and make it memorable for people, and try to make every customer and client that comes here to JR South Pork Ranch have a great time. We want to have a clean building and good food, cold beer, and bring food items that aren't common. Um,
That was my
if you
next
see,
question because
yeah,
I think a lot of people can serve beer and a lot of people can serve pork tenderloins or the fried Oreo, the butter. You guys have taken an entirely different route to delivering something that a lot of people have never seen. Maybe folks like myself have never even tried. You guys are known for lobster rolls, and what I guess obviously working with Greek House Chefs and that great team over there was maybe an inspiration for some unique food. But what inspired and what gave you guys kind of that inclination to go to the coasts or different areas of the world to bring some of those items?
so our executive chef Heath Sheely, He is just, they have Greek House Chefs has chefs all over the United States. I think they're in 35 plus states. I don't remember the exact number now, but he's traveling all over, and in his travels, he just kind of connected with some folks who had lobster trucks down in Austin, and just kind of got the idea of bringing the lobster roll to the Iowa State Fair. And people to my face told me I was effing crazy to bring a lobster roll. It's not common. It's not Iowan, but I can't do a corn dog. I'm not going to be able to serve a Campbell's corn dog. I'm not. We did a tenderloin one year, but there's tenderloins all over the place. I'm not going to do barbecue. Barbecues, Joni Bell at Rib Shack's got that cornered, and what you smoking and whatnot. And you needed to bring something that, again, that is different. And obviously we struck a chord, but we have a high quality lobster roll. I mean, it's 100% Maine lobster. It's delicious. And, we make a lot of them, and we have, 6 or 7 of our ranch hands that all they do is just sling lobster rolls all day. I mean, it is constant. I mean, I think we'll sell probably 11 to 1,200 a day, which is a good amount. And, again, we're trying to bring flavors that aren't common. And, there are people who may have never been to the coast or never been to Maine and have never even tried a lobster roll, and they're delicious. Yes, they are an expensive item, but lobster is expensive. I believe it's $36 a pound right now. I think that's what we're paying for it. Don't quote me on that, but, again, it's a high dollar item, but it's high quality, and you get 4 or 5, 6 ounces of lobster meat and a toasted, garlic butter split top brioche bun. I mean, it's delicious. I only eat half at the time, because I want to try all the other fair food. So I'll get one, cut it in half, eat half, and then I'll give it to somebody else and enjoy that. But this year, with what we're doing with the caviar and chicken nuggets.
Nate, have you heard about this?
Yeah, I just saw this on your note. What in the world is going on at this stand with some caviar in there? Is that fitting for the Iowa State Fair? I think that's a little bougie there, bro.
Well, no, God. Oh, it's real bougie. Again, it's something to talk about. I mean, you look at what, you guys posted it on, I think, Twitter or something like that. And yeah, the comments are funny. I mean, it's always, would you try this? No, it's expensive. Caviar is expensive. I was at Coachella in 2025 because I'm a big Coachella guy. That's what I do. I'd go to those, fun festivals and get weird. Not really, because I'm too old now. But they had caviar chicken nuggets, and my girlfriend and I were like, these are great. And I like caviar. And again, it's kind of bringing something that's fairy, a chicken nugget, fried food, and caviar, which is, yes, bougie. And again, it's something to talk about. We may only sell 200. We did a caviar lobster roll last year. We sold 180 of those. So we're not looking to sell 2,000, 3,000 of these during the fair. I could. I doubt I will. But again, it's something to try. A lot of people probably have never tried. Have you guys tried caviar?
Nope, never even had caviar.
Yeah, well,
Nate,
we'll probably have to have that during the Iowa State Fair.
I haven't.
I wouldn't say, Nate, you're picky, but I would say you're particular.
That's, yeah. I've definitely branched out in the last couple of years. I've never even seen caviar.
Little sturgeon. I believe you guys are doing sturgeon eggs, if I'm not mistaken. And
Hackleback.
Hackleback.
It's similar.
Okay.
I would prefer to do sturgeon OS. I think it's Osetra, but that's real expensive, and it would be more than $99.
Sure.
So.
Well, it's for sure grabbing a lot of attention. It's been fun to see the hype around basically all the food you guys do. So really excited to try some of that. But that's not all you guys do. Like you said, you're a beer hall, you're a food vendor, you're all the different things, as well as really great music, which you pair, I would say, very well with whoever is going to be at the grandstand. So who are you most excited that's coming through JR's this year?
Well, our house band, as we like to call them, they were used to be known as Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys. Actually, that sign right there is, what does it say? The house that Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys made. They've actually rebranded it just the High Bank Boys. Great group of young men out of the Deep River area of Iowa, about an hour east of here. They actually were the first band ever to play at JR's on the Wednesday Fair Eve in 2021. I got in a little trouble that night because they played a little longer. They played past 8 o'clock. Gary Slater was not happy with me. But they're going to play 6 nights. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they play, all the busy nights. They bring such a high energy, We're actually having an album release party for them on Thursday, August 13th at 6 p.m. They're just fun. They're great. It's fun. I've become such good friends with with Tyler and Kale and Kaya and Cole and Fast Eddie. They are just, again, but they bring the energy they bring for the show is just amazing. And we packed the house. We used to, I mean, I'm going to kind of move the screen. We used to kind of put them in that corner
I
and
remember
it was
that.
kind of
Yeah.
tucked underneath. And then in 2024, we built where sitting right now is where the main stage is. So we put in a main stage in 2024, and it really transformed our live music evenings at night here at JR's. Um, we add some lights, some bells, some whistles, smoke machines, lasers.
Brooks, what's your capacity there?
But they're great. We've got inside. I don't know. We probably can fit 150 people on the bottom floor, and then probably 100-ish up top. Well, probably 100, maybe 150 up top. But then, we pipe the music out to our patios. We probably, I don't know, 600 people with,
Okay.
all of our areas. But we put picnic tables on the grass north of us. We kind of try to encroach into Shivers Plaza a little. So we've got seats here. We have seats for over 600 people. So you can, if you want to be in the mix and be on the dance floor and, be hot and sweaty, you can come inside. But if you just want to kind of grab a picnic table outside and listen to the background music, you can do that. So again, they're playing 6 nights. We've got some great, I think of the 45 musical time slots we have here at JR's, 44 are Iowa-based musicians. I've got
That's
one guy
cool.
coming in from Illinois, but most of them are Iowa. We've got great musicians here in Iowa. The Sheet are playing, a great reggae band, Eddie and Junior. We've got the River City Opry, Stephanie Dixon and her great group of musicians. That's like a six-piece bluegrass band. Emmett Sheehan, a buddy of mine's center from Dowling High School. My buddy was the quarterback, and he's so soulful. And Jordan Beam. If you ever seen the Jordan Beam show, Jordan Beam just brings it, packs the house. Good sing along. People have fun, and that's what we want to bring here at JR's. Come, grab a lobster. I'll get a cold beer. Come listen to some music and have fun. And I'm trying to think of any. Oh, on Sunday night, we have Grupo Cinco Quince, which is a banda band, which is a Latin Mexican
Yeah.
band. And it's such a different atmosphere. If you've never experienced a banda like Latin Mexican band, come. That as us gringos like to when we go see a band, we sit, we're in
Yeah.
our area, we don't want to move, we're good, we want to listen and kind of just post up. That's not what it's like a whirlpool. They're constantly moving and dancing and just feeling the energy. And this is, I think, the third year that Grupo Cinco Quince is playing. One of my buddies, Darren Helm, who used to be with the Craft 300 bar, he would bring them into their bar and they would just pack the house. So, and again, I think 6.5% of the Iowa population is Latino. And we want to, I want to cater to that crowd. They're going to spend money. It just happens to be Latino Heritage Day at the fair as well.
Oh,
And
yeah. Good pairing.
they're great. Then we have another band called Los de la Villa. I believe it is. They're playing on the Tuesday. So we have two Latin bands. It's not just all country bluegrass. I mean, we're predominantly country and bluegrass, a few rock. We've got a jazz band one day. We actually have a Cambodian artist coming on Sunday, Tony Kim of Five Borough Bagels. Tony's great. He is a artiste, a performance artist, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen when he's here, but it should be interesting from what I've seen him do. Um, but yeah, again, it's just a fun time here at JR's and live music. Let's go.
Brooks, I get back to the food question here too. We're gonna go a little bit more behind the scenes of some numbers that you're expecting this week. I get it, and I just bacon and eggs, let alone trying to serve thousands of people in a 10-day stretch at the Iowa State Fair. How many customers?
How many customers do I see a day?
Or at least over the 10. Yeah, go day.
So I don't have those numbers in front of me. I think we serve probably about three to 400 people for breakfast most mornings. We're slow. Breakfast is slow, but we'll probably serve 1,100 to 1,200 lobster rolls, probably 700 chicken sandwiches. Uh, Bacon pickle mac and cheese has been pretty good. Probably serve 400 of those items. Actually, an item that we served that we added to our menu year one is just kind of an afterthought was dino nuggets.
Oh yeah, this
And again,
tastes
we need a
better.
kids item.
That'd be up
And
your alley, Nate.
I probably eat dino nuggets the most because there was always in a back in one of our warmers, and I'll go get a little basket of like 2 dino nuggets, and that's like a nice little protein snack. Beer. I serve. We have 99 tap lines.
I did want
We've
to
got
ask you there. I know you have a good relationship with the Barntown folks, but there's a lot on tap there. What's new this year from a beer perspective, or what's been working well, and you're just going to hammer down?
Well, I grew up with Pete Faber of Barntown, the head honcho at Barntown. He is such a great guy. He and I have been friends since high school. And Pete he's a Dowling punk, but other than that, he's okay. Um, their beers are just delicious. As I like to say, they're crushable. We're not serving heavy stouts or porters, or we have one IPA on tap from Confluence, Des Moines IPA. But he's got we won in 2024 with the Cowgirl Cooler. The original name was called the Panty Dropper, but I didn't think that would be appropriate for the Iowa State Fair. And that's when I used to, because I named that in 2022, but I quit drinking in January 1st of 2024. But so then we got the Pink Pony Cooler, which was the 2025 best new drink here at the Iowa State Fair. That's a mix of I was in 2023, I was in Vietnam on a culinary trip, and I tried a pink guava gin spritzer from a gin distillery called Song Kai, and it was
Sounds
delicious,
incredible.
light,
Yeah.
refreshing. And so we mixed that with our cotton candy. I have 55 of my 99 beer taps are Barntown. And again, we want to serve Iowa beer. I don't think obviously Coors Light and Busch Light and Ultra and those are mega beers, but majority of our beer taps are Iowa based. Confluence is another one. We've got Yingling, then a few other local breweries. I can't remember them all offhand, but Bill Beer. We're doing a fun thing with Community Choice Credit Union and their Bill
Oh
Beer.
yeah,
Have you ever
I
seen
heard about
that?
this one.
Do you know what's going on with that?
A little bit. So we've been working with them to give away a Porsche this summer, and he had just
Yeah.
alluded to the fact that they're working on a beer. So can you go into some more detail?
Well, they have a beer. They do have a beer. Um, I don't know if I could actually tell you yet.
Yeah,
Maybe we could.
I mean,
I could reach out to Jeff and see if we could probably announce this. But they're great. Josh Cook and Josh Cook, the CEO of Community Choice Credit Union, great CEO, very involved in the community, and Jeff Klein, who's of Choice Creative Solutions or Creative Choice Solutions. I always get that mixed up. Anyways, just became friends with those guys a couple years ago, and we serve their beer. So for every beer we serve here at JR's, we give $1 back to their nonprofit, and just again try to be good, community, citizens, and help those that can't help themselves. So, and that fund goes, I'm not exactly sure what it goes to, but it's a nonprofit, and just again trying to do some fun stuff here at JR's. We're going to have some fun stuff. I think they're going to be announcing shortly. So maybe I could. Let's just say you need to stop by JR's at a few times during the fair with the Bill beer on tap, because there'll be some fun giveaways, if you know what I mean.
Yes. So they're the giveaway kings, and I think community or credit unions and beer just goes hand in hand, and everyone knows that.
Yep.
Brooks, it's been a long time since Nate's been to the fair. Very, very long time. Probably 2019, if I had to guess. We went by the Iowa Pork tent. It was probably a 92-degree day. Nate got hot, sweaty, maybe a little sick, and he hasn't been back since, at least to my knowledge. What is your number one sales pitch to get somebody like Nate, who maybe hasn't been to the fair in a while, to come to JR's and the fair in general?
Well, I'm obviously biased, but the Iowa State Fair is probably the best fair in the land. I mean, I go to fairs now and see what they do and see how they operate. And, the fairs are an agricultural showcase, but there's so much more to that. 72% of the people that come to the Iowa State Fair come for the food. And, obviously JR's has some very unique menu items, lobster or caviar. But we also have a chicken sandwich with the Maytag blue cheese, or a lobster schmear. We've got dino nuggets, bacon, pickle, mac and cheese. But, you can wet that. If you want a Bush Light tall boy, we can get you a Bush Light tall boy. But if you want a cotton candy rocket pop cooler, which is their rocket pop sour and cotton candy mix, you can get one of those. You can get a Des Moines IPA and experience, and just see what Iowa's about. And I'm assuming the weather is going to be good. This is the latest fair that we have. I think last year was the earliest because it started on the 6th, and this
Yep.
is what I think the latest start date we have. And again, there's just so much to do and see. You can see, the butter cow, the big boar, big steer, go on the giant yellow slide, go get a Campbell's corn dog, go get a funnel cake, get some cheese curds, go to the VI building, go to the ag building, get your free egg.
I want a
If
beer
you've got
with
a
Brooks.
partner, go to the yeah,
That's what I want.
go to the Ye Old Mill. Go catch, music on one of the free stages, the Bill Riley stage, the Susan Knapp stage, the Mid-American stage. There's Bandolini. There's so much to do, so much to see, and just experience. Before I owned the fair, before I owned JR's, I would come to the fair every day. I was kind of a mascot for the Bird's Nest. Drew County, the former
Yep.
proprietor of that place, our families are old friends, and I would come every day. And if they needed me to help pour beer for a little bit, I would. Not that often, but again, there's so much to do, so much to eat, so much to see, and come once, come all 11 days. Again, experience what Iowa. I think it's one of the top 100 things to do in the United States is come to the Iowa State Fair.
Are you sold, Nate?
You know what? That was the reason I'm sold before you even said that was because I was actually looking at the weather, and the weather looks so promising this year for that.
Where are you based?
Cedar Falls.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nate's still
again,
up in
it's-
Cedar Falls. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but I do think that there's enough stuff. Nate, your palate has really evolved these last few years too, and I don't know if we need to go caviar top shelf right off the bat, but I'm sure there's something at JR's that we can get you.
Coors Light entertainment.
Yep.
That's my perfect ideal day at the.
Well, let's do it. I think great point there too. The free stages are always fun. Go a little bit later in the day maybe and get some of the twilight hours, catch some free music, maybe a grandstand, and of course maybe a lobster roll and dino nuggets and all the good stuff that you guys have. Brooks, is there anything that you would like to let the people know of the Iowa Chill Show? That if there's anything that hasn't been already on the board, why should they come to JR's?
Well, we've got very cold beer. They've got the Shivers Plaza right over there, which is a bathroom, which is very close. So if you need to, go to the bathroom, it's close.
That's important. Yeah.
Live,
I got a terrible
live
bladder.
music,
I need
plenty of seats, good food. We've had people meet their fiancés here. You could meet your partner. Again, it's the fair. I live for this. I'm fortunate enough that I have a job to make people happy and make memories for people, and that's what we try to do here at JR's is feed people some amazing food and wash that down with a cold Coors Light and giddy up and yeehaw.
Amen.
Let's do it. I think you've done a great job making a sales pitch. If you haven't already considered it, hopefully now you're a little bit more inclined. Brooks, thanks so much for joining us. Hang around for just a minute, and we can talk shop. But thank you again for coming on.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Just west of the Mississippi.